Hey yo, what's up guys? Welcome to our vlog. So for today's video, we will talk about the chess game. So, sana.
Chess has a long and storied history. The game has changed quite a bit from its earliest forms in India. The modern iteration we enjoy today wasn't known until the 16th century. There were no clocks, and the pieces were not standardized until the 19th century. The official World Championship title came into existence by the late 19th century, shortly after the first big tournaments were held and multiple styles of play had begun to fully develop. Although the first book on openings was published as early as 1843, theory as we know it didn't truly evolve until the early or mid-20th century. Computer engines and databases didn't come into play until the very late 20th century. The history of chess can be traced back nearly 1500 years, although the earliest origins are uncertain. The earliest predecessor of the game probably originated in India before the 6th century AD. From India, the game spread to Persia. When the Arabs conquered Persia, chess was taken up by the Muslim world and subsequently spread to southern Europe. In Europe, chess evolved into roughly its current form in the 15th century. Chess was invented around 200 BC by a commander, Han Xin, who invented the game to represent a particular battle. Soon after the battle, an important battle in Chinese history, the game was forgotten and then resurfaced in the 7th century AD with several new rules. Wilhelm Steinitz, the first world champion, widely considered the father of modern chess, extensively analyzed various double king pawn openings, beginning 1e4 e5 in his book The Modern Chess in his Instructor, published in 1889 and 1895.
The value of the king is undefined as it can be captured or exchanged. Some chess experts claim that in the endgame, the king is worth 4 pawns. This is because in most endgames there are no longer any danger for the king to be checkmate. Instead, due to the reduced material, it is important to activate the king. The king can also move in any direction but only one square at a time. He has to be well protected throughout the whole game because while you can lose other pieces, when the king is trapped, you lose the game.
The queen has the greatest freedom of movement. She can move diagonally, horizontally, and vertically as many squares as desired, and takes pieces by moving onto their square. Thanks to this powerful range of movement, she is the most valuable chess piece on the chessboard after the king, worth 9 pawns.
The bishop moves in any direction diagonally. There is no limit to the number of squares. A bishop can travel on the chessboard as long as there is not another piece of obstructing its path. The bishop captured opposing pieces by landing on the square occupied by enemy pieces.
The horse-shaped knight is the only chess piece where can jump over the pieces. The knight moves in an L shape from any square on the board. Imagine an L shape made from any 3 connected squares, any orientation. This means that every time the knight moves, it lands on the opposite color from where it started. The knight takes the other pieces by landing on the square where they are situated.
The rook is allowed to move along one whole file vertically and horizontally, and it can take any piece which is on its way. It's as valuable as 5 pawns. Rook also is a piece in the game of chess resembling a castle. Formerly the piece, meaning chariot, was alternatively called the tower, marquess, rector, and compsognathus. The term castle is considered to be informal, incorrect, or old-fashioned.
Can usually move one square forward from the initial position. The pawn can ever move 2 squares forward if desired. If a pawn wants to take another piece, it has to move 1 square diagonally. Pawn as loyal foot, shoulder are only allowed to go forward but never backward.
Basic chess rules. Checkmate. After learning the basics of the piece movement, let's focus on the most important chess rules. Let's start with the goal of the game. The goal of every chess game is to checkmate the opponent's king. This means victory to you. Checkmate is when the opponent's king is attacked by one of your chess pieces and can't escape, either by moving the king away or getting protections from the other chess pieces. When you attack the king, but he is able to escape, or the other piece can protect him, they can call it check. Stalemate. There are also other possibilities than checkmate to end a chess game. One of the possibilities is a stalemate. When you stalemate the opponent, the game ends in a draw. Stalemate is when a player isn't able to make any legal move while the king is not attacked. For example, if black only has a king remaining but has no legal squares to move on to. Stalemates are common among young players or beginners when they have no advantage of many pieces but don't know how to checkmate their opponent. Draw. Another possibility end of a chess game is when a player offers a draw after his or her move. The opponent can choose to accept it and the game is over. A player can also resign usually when the game seems to be completely lost. Time. If you want to play in chess tournament, you usually play with a chess clock. In a game, you'll be given a certain amount of time for all the chess moves. Run out of time before the opponent and you lose.
Yo, what's up guys?
What's up, netizens?
Ganjaps, matinaw.
Carlos din. Pero sa iya, malabo. Guys! Oh! Welcome to my vlog!
Ako nalat makapot. Pasmado ka. Uri man, uri ni kuan.
Pero sa iya kasi malabo.
Yung naka-video naman yung ngayon. Hello, Tropang Potsi. So, what's up guys? Nandito po kami sa Tanawan Plaza kung saan.
May COVID.
Tangina, pangit. So, utang ina.